my necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convey is assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and a trifling in his favor, hold it a fashion, a toy in blood. A violet in the youth of primy nature, forward not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more!
No more, but so?
Think it no more, for nature in crescent does not grow alone, in thaws and bulk, but as this temple waxes, the inward service of the mind and soul grows wide with all, perhaps he loves you now. And now, no soil, no caudal death besmirch the virtue of his will, but as you must fear, his greatness weighed, his will is not his own. For he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve himself, for on his choice depends the safety and the health of his whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed unto the voice and yielding of that body, whereof he is the head. Then, if he says he loves you, it fits your wisdom so far to believe it, and he in this particular act and place may give his saying deed, which is no further. The main voice of Denmark goes withal, then weigh what loss your honor may sustain, if too with credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart or chase treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia, fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. The chariest maid is prodigal enough, if she unmask her beauty to the moon. Virtue itself scapes not calamitous strokes. The canker goes gale, the infants of the spring, to oft before their buttons be disclosed, and in the morn and the liquid dew of youth, contagious blasphemies are the most imminent. So be wary then, best safety lies in fear. Youth itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good blessings keep, as watchman to my heart, but, good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whiles, like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long, but here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace. Occasion smiles upon a second leave.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and ye are stayed for. There my blessing with thee. And these precepts in thy memory, look thou character, give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought is apt. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them onto thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new hatched, unfledged courage. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear thee that oppose may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy, rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. And they in France of the best rank and station are the most select and generous chief in that neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night, the day. They can't not then be false to any man. Farewell, a blessing season, this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord.
The time invests, go, your servants tend.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourselves shall keep the key of it.
Farewell!
is it, Ophelia? Tia said to you.
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet?
Mary, well bethought, 'tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself. Have of your audience been most free and bounteous? If it be so, as so 'tis put on me, you do not understand yourselves so clearly as it behooves my daughter and your honor. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? You speak like a green girl unsifted in such hilarious circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord. What should I think?
Mary, I will teach you. Think yourself a baby that you have these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or, not to crack the wind of the poor phrase, running it thus, you'll tender me a fool.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion,
I fashion, you may call it. Go to.
and hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows of heaven.
Aye, springes to catch woodcocks, I do know. When the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, given more light than heat, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a making, you must not take for fire from this time. Be something scanter of your maiden presence. Set your entreatments at a higher rate than a command to parle. For Lord Hamlet believes so much in him that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. And few, Ophelia, do not believe his vows, for they are brokers, not of that dye which their investments show, but mere implorators of unholy suits, breathing like sanctified and pious bawds, the better to beguile. This is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.